We just talked about drawing equilateral triangles. Let's draw one. Drawing dotted lines so you can kind of see. Is that 4? 4. Here. And then not drawn to scale. Have you guys seen that on your standardized tests? Because if it was supposed to be equilateral, I mean it's like what? 2 inches. I don't have 2 inches. It's like 2.5. I'm off. Okay, so this would be how many degrees? 60. This one has to be 30. Okay. I know this side is congruent to this side. And this whole side is congruent to this whole side. Now we just talked about, our triangles kind of look like this, didn't we just talked about? So if this side is 8, this is a perpendicular bisector. This is 8, therefore this one's got to be 8 as well. So the whole side length is how much? 16. If this is 16, this is 16, therefore B is equal to 16. Raise your hand if you got 16. Yay. Okay, how do we solve for A now? We can just use the Pythagorean theorem. Ilea, tell us the Pythagorean theorem. Thank you. So, Lillian, we're just going to be using this now, right? A, B, or C? The Pythagorean theorem, is this A, B, or C?
No, it's
C is correct. Although the variable for this side length is telling us B in the Pythagorean theorem, the most important letter C stands for the what class? Hypotenuse. Lillian, this side is going to be called the? Just call it A, right? And then that side's going to be the B. Kind of confusing. But essentially what you're doing is you're finding the hypotenuse squared equals the leg squared plus the leg squared. So this leg here, we know is 16. And then the other leg, they called it A. And then this other leg is 8. Using your calculator, 16 squared is 256 equals 8 squared plus 16? 64. 8 squared. 8 times 8. We subtract those. What do I get? Okay. Let's say I want an answer to the hundredths and an exact answer. So how do I solve for A? So I have A equals the square root of 192. This is not the exact answer. It is, but I can get a simplified radical. Let's work on that together. What are the factors of 192?
2.
Anything bigger?
4.
I think something big like... Okay, 12 and 16? Okay, we're doing pretty good. So the factors of 12 are what?
4.
So the square root of 4 is?
2.
The square root of 16. So remember, it's multiplication on the outside, and left inside is 3. A equals 8 times radical 3. This is my exact answer. And then you can put that into your calculator. and you'll get rounded to the nearest hundredths. That is 13.86. So remember, that's the approximate symbol. And this is rounded to the nearest hundredth. Rounded to nearest hundredth. And let's highlight that in color. So when you're doing the special right triangle, see if you can apply the equilateral triangle to it. I think that makes it easier. That way we can memorize less formulas. In this problem, you guys have not applied using your calculator, meaning we haven't talked about the trig ratios yet to solve it. But you'll get to see that you can solve it in multiple ways.